Yeah, we're recording, and you know, I'm always trying to write new songs. Like I alluded to before, it's been a dry spell for me, but now I seem to have entered another fertile phase. As far as this coming year goes, the band, we've got a couple shows coming up here in April. These will be the first shows with our new bass player. Our previous bass player, Leo Smith, recently left the band because he's going to be leaving town for New York City. So Godspeed to him. And so we've been rehearsing with our new bass player, Greg Lewis, and he's great. Greg plays in a variety of bands around town, Great Northern String Band and others. And so we've got a couple shows with him coming up in April, and then we're going to be hitting the festivals and recording and, you know, the usual biz.
Moving forward?
Yeah, I've got some shows coming up here with the Belushi. I don't know if everybody watching knows, but I tour with Jim Belushi doing a comedy show, and so we've got some gigs coming up in April and May and June, and then in October, maybe about 10 shows this year. And those are always hilariously fun. The closest we've ever come to Dayton was Lima. We played at the Civic Center in Lima a couple of years ago, and I tried to get a bunch of people from Dayton to go, but nobody wanted, nobody made the trek up to Lima for a show. But it's a hilarious show, and it's really a lot of fun, and it's, you know, a privilege to tour with someone of such, you know, notoriety and whatnot.
Absolutely.
As well as
what's it going to take to get him to come to Dayton?
You know, if I could read his mind, you know, I don't know. No idea. All I know is that he loves Los Angeles. I mean, you know, when you, even though they're not there to see, you know, me specifically, you know, there is the one famous guy in the group. You know, getting out there in front of a crowd of you know, 1,500 or 1,000 or 500 or whatever kind of people is kind of exhilarating. If we do a 2-act show, we can either do a 1-act show or a 2-act show. Casinos like you to do a 1-act show because they want people to get back out on the gambling floor, and because they're afraid nobody's going to come back for a second act. They're going to leave at intermission and then just, you know. So at casino, it's always 1 act, but when it's a 2-act show, I open up the second act with a piano solo, and so it's me walking out on stage and playing piano, you know, in front of, you know, places, you know, a la the Victoria Theater, the Schuster Center, you know, and it's very exhilarating. It's a great experience. Can't be beat.
Awesome. Do you know what it would be?
Yeah.
What would that be?
Okay. It was, I mean, obviously the day that my folks got a piano was a big day in my life. We didn't always have a piano when I was a kid,
right.
And so that was a big day. But really the day that I always point to as the day when I began to gel into who I am as a person was the day we got cable television. And it was, I think, 1979, and this is in Morton, Illinois, central Illinois, rural. And I came rushing home from school because we were gonna have cable TV. And I turned the TV, and there's this channel called WFLD from Chicago, and you know, it was field broadcasting Chicago. I was like, I can't believe we're getting television from Chicago, man. And it seemed so far away and exotic and big city and amazing. And the first thing that popped up was there was a Beatles cartoon, and they were singing Penny Lane, and the little cartoon Beatles were running around having their, you know, hijinks or whatever. And but I heard Penny Lane, and I turned around and said, Mom, wait a minute, who are the Beatles? And she said, well, they're a rock band, you know. She didn't care about the Beatles, she wasn't into it. But then I knew then I had to find out more about the Beatles, and so then I bought the Red Album on tape, and then so I would say, as you know, although it pains me in my heart to say this, it was cable television that brought me the stimulus to become who I am, I guess. You know.
That's awesome. But you know, you're not alone, because cable was a beacon in the middle of darkness for so many people, you know.
Absolutely.
You got nothing. It's like you got 3 channels. Maybe PBS if you were lucky, you know.
Well, you know, for people like us, MTV was very meaningful. And people that I love, you know, like, you know, I'm a ZZ Top fan, I'm a Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers fan, and those guys, you know, the MTV helped, you know, put them in the firmament of rock and roll, you know.